Hello, hello. Good almost afternoon, 11:59 a.m. for me, almost noon. Time I'm done with this video, it will be noon. Let's continue and finish up with Unit 1 for World History B. All right, join me live. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you guys. I really am. Office hours, one-on-one. I can help you wherever you need it, but you do need to email me if you can't log in so I can set up office hours for you. I will be updating lessons 7, 8, and 9 shortly. I'm on lesson 9 right now. We'll get into 10. Lesson 9, the Napoleonic Era. Napoleon Bonaparte. Forgive me, I was having lunch. Um, Long story short, French Revolution, Napoleon takes charge, stays in charge, and then he tries to conquer Europe. Europe will get together. I hope you guys can see my screen. Europe will get together and defeat him twice. So let's jump into the Napoleonic era. Napoleon Bonaparte was born in the island of Corsica. If we're looking at Italy, here is Italy, right? Italy, it looks like a boot, right? Italy. Corsica, I believe, is over here. There's 3 islands. Corsica, I believe, is this one. That's Corsica, right? Is born in Corsica, Italian descent. It's his native language. He had to learn French, enrolling in the military school of France, and the humble beginnings. So he's not the son of a French aristocrat. He liked to tell the people, "I am the product of the revolution myself." He did not exaggerate. So not born wealthy, one of these rags to riches. Napoleon would not have been able to serve as an officer. He let alone rise to his position as general. Such positions were reserved for French aristocrats, favorites of the kings, but was the way of the revolution. Napoleon rose to power in favor of the people. Napoleon's genius was to come to France and say, "You need a savior, here I am." The French people believed Napoleon was destined to do great things, and he did do great things, all things considered for Napoleon. This belief was based on Napoleon's ability as a military commander. His great act occurred in 1795. I'm just reading text. When a riot provoked by monarchists broke out in the streets of Paris, Napoleon was sent to defend the Directory and the revolution from the uprising. In one decisive action, Napoleon put an end to the rebellion by shooting a cannon into the crowd of rebels. This successful strategy was unorthodox, irregular, but it was just a sort of unexpected actions to distinguish him as a leader. Right? Sometimes you got to do bold things to take action. By 1797, at the age of 28, Napoleon was heralded throughout France as a hero. Brought peace, Austria and France. Was promoted. Invade England. Napoleon proposed that the French cut off Britain's trade route to India by taking control of Egypt. While Napoleon won several victories, the British naval fleet eventually outmaneuvered the French blockading necessary supplies. Despairing of final victory and with recent news of renewed European opposition to France, Napoleon left his command and returned to France. Right? So Napoleon saved the revolution. He tried to take on the British and it did not work. Napoleon Bonaparte. Here's Napoleon. This is Napoleon. Portrait of him. No such thing as cameras. So this is what was painted of him. He was crowned himself emperor. Fun fact about Napoleon is he was short. He was born in 1769, so before the American Revolution. He died in 1821, so he was 62 years old. Oh, he wasn't that short. He was 5'6". I thought he was shorter. I'm 5'7", so he was like up to here. So really not that short, my bad. What is he most famous known for? He's a general of the French Revolutionary Armies. He was Emperor of France from 1804 to 1814. 10 years as Emperor of France. He was 51, sorry, not 62, when he died. The exiled emperor's death is arsenic poisoning. Supposedly he was poisoned. How old was he when he died? He was 51. All right, so let's come back over here. Let's actually jump to the bottom. There's a lot of stuff going on here. We have 7 items. on your assessment. A strong protected Britain and French, a strong blank protected Britain from French invasion. How are the British going to invade? This is funny. You can always laugh at some stuff. Air Force? Dude, please. Airplanes were invented in the 1900s. As it is, the U.S. Air Force wasn't invented until like the 1940s, late 40s. That's funny. I gave you one of them right there. Select three that apply. So one does not apply, right? What impact did Napoleon's conquest have on politics and society of absolutist Europe? Absolute, like absolute monarch, one guy in charge. Help spread the advancements of scientific revolution. I can see that happening. He brought about lasting reform laws. Sure, why not? They brought about lasting reforms to society. Sure, why not? They helped spread the principles of the Enlightenment. Ooh. To do that, we have to come, I'm guessing here in his empire, not the fall. A little bit of reading for you guys. Encourage, always, ooh, it's annoying. Always encourage to read. All right. Why did Napoleon invade Russia? Let's see. On September 7th, no. While French troops removed many absolute rulers, Napoleon's rule was not without its own measure of oppression. In reaction, resisted across Russia in itself, Tsar Alexander I was particularly opposed. Such effort could not be ignored. I'm right here, guys. In June 1812, he invaded Russia with an army of 600,000 men. 600,000 men. Over 500,000 men? Dang, the Russian army was not large. Fearful of fully engaging the French, the Russians retreated into the heart of Russia. Some resistance did occur, but the battles were few and never ended in Russians' favor. The Russians' only strategy was to burn and destroy everything. So as we retreat, we're going to destroy everything, more so crops. If we destroy crops, they have no food, and they need food. On September 7th, Russians stood outside Moscow and engaged the French in combat. While Russians lost over 50,000 soldiers in the fighting, the battle did not decide the war. Russians retreated again, leaving Moscow defenseless, but the French advanced. They found the city empty. It had been evacuated and prepared for burning by the Russians. The scorched earth technique. While Moscow burned, Napoleon remained waiting for news of Alexander's surrender. After a month, Napoleon realized he could not wait any longer. His troops had no provisions, no food, nor the clothes to survive the harsh conditions of the Russian winter. As the French retreated through the snow and freezing conditions, the Russians followed close behind, attacking the weak and the dying. By the time Napoleon reached the border of French-controlled Poland, only 40,000 of his troops remained. He had 600,000 troops when he invaded Russia. He came back only with 40,000. You're telling me that Napoleon lost 560,000 soldiers? He was defeated. They kicked him off to an island. He left the island, and then he came back and he rose another army and he came back, and then they defeated him again. He was sent to another island, and that's where he died. Right? So why did he invade Russia? I'll leave that to you. The Tsar sent troops to invade France. Napoleon wanted to land in Russia. Napoleon opposed the Tsar's continental system to blockade with Britain. The Tsar opposed Napoleon's continental blockade with. Oh, okay. A and B are similar. 4. What country did Napoleon invade but was forced to retreat from? Just finished reading that one. If we're looking at a map of Europe, guys, because geography is important. It really is. We have Spain, France, Germany, Poland, Russia. The British are right here. And then we have all these other ones. Italy is over here. All right. Germany, forgive me, is Prussia. They just changed their name in the 1860s when they became a country, right? So who did how did he invade himself? Really? To get to the British, he needs to cross the English Channel. There's a body of water between them. So I'll leave it to you there. Drag and drop. Ooh, I'll leave that for you guys. You can also, Corsica is an island. Consulate is like an embassy, government. The Duke of Wellington is a person. Continental system, he says it. The Code of Napoleon, that's a good one. Napoleon, who was he? And then plebiscite. Google that. I don't Google I actually have, this is my amigo, my friend. I read with dictionaries because I don't know every word. And then match the location with the correct letter on the map. Okay. Confederation of the Rhine. The Rhine is in France. Austria is under Germany, if you can picture it on a map. And then Britain. Again, match the location with on the map. Moscow, where is Moscow? And the French Empire, where is the French Empire? Good thing I gave you guys a map a little while ago. You have questions, you let me know. If we didn't do so well, please let me know. Email me. I wish you guys the best. You all have a good one.